Okay, well, this is me doing Fallout 3. What I'm doing is I'm jumping right to the action, so this is from the moment you wake up and you find out your father's fucked off out of Vault
Wake
101.
up! Come on,
So
wake up!
Amada, your best friend of about 19 years, has decided to tell you
Come
that
on!
your
You've
dad's
got
flown
to.
the coop, your dad's best friend and your really good
You've
friend
got to get out of here.
has been murdered by the
He's
security,
left the vault. I don't know
and
how, but he's
along
gone.
with this, you're being sought out now and being killed.
It's Jonas!
Her
They killed him!
father happens to be the
My
overseer that she
father's-
mentions, pretty much the guy who runs the vault,
Yeah,
and pretty much
don't
is
worry
like Kim Jong Un in his
But we've got to go now.
way that he likes being praised. So pretty much she's telling you that, you gotta go, but, you're given the usual 3 different moral, styled,
Not anymore, apparently.
ethically
But are you
tuned
honestly
answers,
telling
I
me you
guess
had
you
no
can say.
idea you're...
This
I'm
game
sorry.
really goes by
But it
karma,
doesn't-
so it goes by your ethical choices.
Listen,
I like the fact of that it's
use these-
kind of a multiple
Oh.
choice game in general. It's an
Okay.
RPG, so I mean, it's roll. You don't have a set beginning and end, so to speak, like one outcome, which is great about these games. Mass Effect, a lot of games over the years, but one thing that I have to admit that Bethesda did right when they bought out Interplay's rights to the series was they really were able to give it a shot in the arm in a good way and still keep the role-playing aspect very alive and well, to the point where this became such a great game. This is honestly one of my favorite games of all time. So, yeah, make sure you grab everything from your vault room that you can that isn't fucking nailed down. You're going to want that because of the simple fact of, right now at this level, you're going to want to do as much melee as you can along with
There he is. Hold it right there.
weapons, but ammunition is at a premium in this game, especially when you're lower level, so you want to really take it easy on it. So yeah, I don't know why. I guess I'm kind of role-playing a bit heavily with my character, but yeah, I guess I'm really trying to be a nice guy here. Even though all security's ordered to beat the crap out of me and beat me to death. Down, boy! But you know what? You help a guy out, and look what he fucking does. It's like, oh, there you are. You just saved my life, but I'm gonna kill you. If
You gotta help
if
me.
you're
My mom's
very
trapped.
impartial to helping people before you go help this guy, the security guy, you could let him get killed by the rad roaches and take his armor, so that way you don't actually have to fight anybody for any armor. There you go, you got some armor to protect yourself. So yeah, and this is VATS, of course. VATS is so hard sometimes at certain angles to use to take out certain things. Like here, I'm trying to select the largest thing on its body, a torso, and I have to like flick through a lot. Mouse and keyboard in this aspect is much better. And of course the security guy has just caught up to me.
This kind of behavior.
I gained good karma for that, even though the guy is still hitting me with that fucking police baton. And the thing is, the Overseer's gone nuts and is even randomly having people killed that seem to be any bit quote-unquote resistant. Now, I thought that I could come through here and probably get some shit. There's nothing overly in there except like a bit of food and such. Of course, we're here running through. You gotta get... Oh, Mr. Gutsy was there after me, so... Might want to avoid that. Pretty much, yeah, I just want to show where the action is in this. Now, I'm not going to do so much for this. This first Let's Play is going to be, I'd say nearly a good 23 minutes at the most. But, I want the first one to be fairly large, and then the ones after that are going to be about 15 minutes. See, the thing is, I've got a more than 15-minute limit. I can upload videos as long as that are the length that I want. But, I don't want to have people too bored either. Now, the commentary is going to be keeping going for me as well. So, keeping your mouth going for 15 minutes. Some people, I'm not going to name names, can keep going. I can keep going indefinitely sometimes, but sometimes it's not so feckin' easy. You betrayed us all. I didn't do jack fucking shit. My dad did something. So anyway, that's it telling you how to pick locks. Now, this guy here, because he's about to kill me, I have to take him out. Now, when you start out in this game, you start out with, pretty much that 10mm pistol, and if you remember to go back and get it, your baseball bat and your BB gun. The BB gun is good for smaller things that do not have such a huge amount of damage resistance or anything like that. Now, you do want to look at the terminal because this is your first real tutorial in quote-unquote hacking, which is pretty much the way they're depicting this is you hop into the computer's debug mode and you try to go through this database of just compiled passwords for the correct one. It's hit or miss. It's more about locations that they're going to be on versus the name. Sometimes it's the name, sometimes it's just assumes where it's located to. So we got in there. You're going to be also using this for unlocking a safe that, say, you did a lockpick on and you're either at a lockpicks, you'd never had lockpicks to begin with, or you try to force the lock and it didn't work out for you. You can get through with that. I do not recommend forcing locks unless you have 100%. Even with 85%, I've broken locks and locked myself out of things. Pretty much what you're viewing here now is dossiers that the Overseers kept on different people, as well as intel reports from outside of the Vault 101 where you were born and raised to, revealing that there is indeed a living world out there, although highly irradiated like giant fucking ants, and a place called Megaton, which is a settlement not that far from the Vault itself. So, pretty much, you're learning, I like the story itself. I liked how it unfolded. The action is great, the fact that you're very much participating in the action, and it feels a bit more hands-on with the first-person perspective. So it's really interesting, a game like this. Now, I haven't started this out before with all the DLC installed at the same time. I did have a Game of the Year edition, but I was only using the first disc. It wasn't until probably level 15 that a friend of mine had convinced me, why don't you install the DLC? Your level cap's raised, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, okay. So, this is on the Xbox 360. Without the DLC, all the DLC installed from the Game of the Year edition, you're going to have a level 20 level cap. With all the DLC installed, including Broken Steel, which is the actual DLC that does it, you're going to have level 30. And as well, a few more weapons and such, and a few more new baddies. I'm not going to do too many spoilers here, but there are some that are going to be super annoyances when you reach level 30. There are about 3 or 4 that other people who are watching and listening now who have played this game will tell you have insane damage thresholds and are sons of bitches to kill. And the ones that I mentioned are Broken Steel. Broken Steel is more meant for somebody who is max level and you need a challenge. Now, of course, check behind yourself. It's going to ask you one last time. You're getting ready to leave the vault. Do you want to change your stats again? Because of how you had things there. But no, I pretty much went by a high intelligence, low charisma, based self for this. I based him loosely on how I look. I named him my name. My name, not my YouTube name, DieAtlas79. At this point, I'm just winging it to determine how I'm going to play this. I haven't sat down and decided, I'm going to do the main mission first. I'm not going to, go and, do some side missions, of course, because there's no Explorer perk, no hacks, I can't get, locations. But because I have a 9 intelligence, I have 18 skill points on level 2, which is pretty goddamn cool. So, of course, besides throwing a ton of the big guns and everything like that, the caveat being, of course, I have a 1 to my charisma, which means I'm not very good looking and I'm not a person of a great amount of words. You can't get an epic level character at level 1 or level 2. So, anyway, so I'm going to spin them around. my 3 tagged skills are small guns, repair, and science. I'm putting in course points in lockpick and such, and I ended up as well. I think I picked the agility when I ended up picking because no, which one did I pick? Pick one already, god damn it! Alright, well, I ended up putting it into... Which one was it? Agility, I believe, because agility gives you more action points. If you have, I put it into agility because you get more AP. It's also good for small guns, and I think some melee. So anyway, this is the graphics, 480p as a video, so the color separation is good. It's still a little grainy because of the fact that this is a resolution meant for like CRTs and for low-res LCDs. It's not meant really for HD, although I'm doing my best to get things very presentable. I think this capture is rather good. I'm doing a video rather soon on easy caps, and for $10 and using a free program like VLC, pretty much anything that can recognize it driver-wise, device-wise, will of course work with it. So I do recommend an easy cap, especially if you're starting out. Like if you're somebody who wants to do YouTube videos as a hobby, and you don't know how to pop open your computer to install a capture card, or it's not within your finances to be going out and get a brand new Hauppauge. Like I knew more than one person who wanted to get into video making before they even realized you got to put the work in and everything like that. Is that they wanted to get cups, they wanted to get mugs, coasters. How many videos got made? None. Like, well, you want to get a capture device first for sure. While I'm on the subject here, before going to Megaton, it's actually smart to go here. If you spent your points fairly wisely and rack up some XP, get a couple things. You're going to find a lot of 32mm, 10mm, the assault rifles, and you get a nice Chinese assault rifle out of here once you the shit. But here, what the bad thing is about how you start out? You've got almost no fucking ammo. So you're actually going to want to use that baseball bat that you brought with you from the vault. And I'm not overly experienced with melee, so but I'm getting there. If you're going to be going melee, pack a lot of beer, pack a lot of whiskey, vodka, etc. Any alcohol. It's going to give you bonuses to your strength and your melee in general. Where are you two? Daddy didn't tell me anything about the outside world being such a place. Die! Die! Anyway, he ain't got worth shit stealing from you. I am hurting a little. Now, before I go after that motherfucker, I'm out of ammunition, so I don't have a viable firearm for anything, for more than arm's length. So, I did manage to kill her, so let's take her. Useless 32. Ugh. Okay, here's a little tip. If you haven't really played this game, the most common ammunitions you are going to find at lower levels especially are 32s. A 32 caliber round, and as well according weapons, hunting rifles, and things similar. See? If I was a bit closer, I probably would have taken them out, but the further range and the lower the weapon condition, like this thing is barely working. The higher the condition, the more damage the weapon is going to do, because it's working better. That's why I do recommend having a repair skill. So if you're picking up like a half a dozen or so 10mm pistols, whop them together and make one good pistol. That's what you can do with a high repair. Now you've coated my stick with blood. But yes, though, you can totally see there. Now I was going to go on a Megaton here at this point, but then I realized, one, I could use a bit of an XP boost. Two, I could use a bit of an inventory. So, before going to Megaton, I do actually advise going to this school. Now, a little tip for people. You can come back here and keep whacking these people because of the fact that the respawn in this place occurs about every 2 to 3 days in game. And when you're a higher level, the room that I was just in has a guy that will spawn in there as well. if you're doing any stealth and you got a suppressed weapon. Like the only place in this game you're really going to find a stock suppressed weapon is in the pit. You will find a weapon called the Infiltrator, which is a buttless suppressed 5.56 millimeter automatic rifle. Now, there is a unique version as well. I do recommend getting along with a couple of the Infiltrators, which is the Perforator. The difference is the Perforator is an Infiltrator with a very low muzzle spread, so you can use it as a stealth sniper's weapon. Now, the last time I played it, I didn't have really a use for it earlier in the level when I gotten it, so I ended up selling it. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to be a bit of a unique weapons whore and get as many as I can allowable with my alignment, my karma alignment. I'm going for a good character, so really we can't really be going for weapons that you have to do bad karma things with. One example is, of course, later on in the game, if you have Broken Steel installed, you can get Callahan's Magnum. That belongs to a Brotherhood of Steel officer, but you've done something in Broken Steel which I will not reveal, which is something an evil person would do. But the spoils of it is that you get probably the most powerful 44 Magnum in the game, and besides, NPC weapons like the Mysterious Strangers 44, which I've accessed through debug in the PC version, and it does about 9,000 damage. That's a lot of damage for a single projectile. That makes it more powerful than a mini nuke. That makes it more powerful than the advanced one of MIRV, which is a mini nuke that I believe it's a Fat Man that shoots mini nukes, but it shoots 8 at a time, whereas the Fat Man just shoots a single mini nuke. And the Nuka Grenade, which does around 300 damage, which is a Nuka-Cola Quantum and a couple other things, it makes a very, very devastating hand grenade. But melee is going to help you conserve on your ammunition for sure. And that motherfucker there, well, he's using an assault rifle. This is the first time I'm faced somebody with the devastation of an assault rifle. Problem with the police baton though is it's slow. So let's get my guy hurt and he's also got armor on, so armor does actually stand up to attacks when you are, either facing someone or someone's facing you. I would not have a prayer against somebody right now with the Winterized T-51B armor, which at one point we will be getting. I'm going to be showing you how to get certain things at certain spots. I will have an annotation denoting where to pay attention to, especially for, and I will be putting time indexes in the description to show when exactly I got the rare weapon. Now, rare and unique are two different things. There are rare weapons you can get that are rare as in the fact of they either only available in that DLC or they're not very easy to come by. Now, one really rare weapon is a Scoped 44. There is a unique Scoped 44 that I'm a big fan of, and that's the Black Hawk. You can get that with good karma, and in addition to that, you're not only doing it with good karma, but you're doing a bit of grinding, because to get that you're doing a mission, but you're doing extra grinding in that mission to end up getting that unique item. Now, a unique item here, not unique but a rare item, is a Nuka-Cola Quantum. You see that little purple bottle there? That gives you, besides a little bit of health, it gives you some extra AP. Anyway, so yeah, fresh meat time, boys. Now, let's find out who's shooting at me. I don't like that.
You're dead,
yeah?
Yeah.
That's not what me and my Louisville Slugger says, champ. Boy, how do you like them apples? I forgot what I was going to say. It is actually I did another abridgment here just to kind of close in the gap a little bit on things. And, just really so I don't waste your time. We're going to do as many as we can here, but not everybody in this video. But yeah. one thing I want to get across in the game is the importance of grinding, especially when you're lower level. When it comes to items that you're going to pick up, if it has no weight but it has a value, grab it. Because that means you can get money for it and it doesn't add to your total item inventory weight, so it doesn't... Yeah, and I made a mistake going through the door. I thought I was going through somewhere else. It doesn't add to your inventory weight, so you can carry technically an unlimited amount. One example is ammunitions you're not going to use. If you're not going to be using a flamer, which is a kind of a flamethrower style device, which is burning damage, which is lingering damage per second weapon, take the ammunition, take the flamer fuel, because you can sell it. Same goes for if you're a melee guy and you don't want to use weapons at all, take the ammunition. If your repair is high though, take some of those weapons, repair them until they're in full condition, and then sell them. Full condition weapons will sell for a higher amount. But like pencils, pre-war money, those things, especially pre-war money. If you see pre-war money, grab it, because a bundle of pre-war money weighs nothing and it gets you 10 caps. So get as much pre-war money as you can. Bottle caps, same thing, but bottle caps are worth a few bucks. Now, what I am going to do is I'm going to jump ahead here, and we're going to abridge things, because the so we've left the school. We're going to actually kind of do not so much a U-turn as we're going to go back a little ways that we came up here. And we're going to go across here. Now, one thing you want to do if you're going to do this and then head to Megaton like I'm going to do, to keep the story rolling, there's a Nuka-Cola Nuka-Cola machine, with 2 Nuka-Colas in it. And besides that, there are a couple empty dumpsters now. Of course, I forget that they're emptied, so after I go here and get a couple of cold Nuka-Colas, I run over here to the dumpsters, but there's nothing really in there. Although there is a skill you can, perk you can take that allow you to search dumpsters more thoroughly, so dumpsters may not necessarily say that they're empty and actually have something in them for you to get. Now, it could be, a pack of cigarettes. I was getting cartons and packs of cigarettes at lower levels to scrounge for money-wise, but anything that's weightless, anything that has 0 weight, take it, sell it. It will get you money. It will get you caps. Pre-war money, pencils, ammunition, all that jazz. So anyway, we're approaching Megaton here now. So we're getting into the last couple minutes of this part 1 of the Let's Play. So part 2 is going to start off where we enter Megaton, and we're going to progress on with the main storyline. Now, I'm not going to be sticking to a schedule where I'm going to be going and doing these stories in line. If I'm geographically in an area on the map that actually allows me to avail of another story or side quest or even a DLC, I may do that. I'm going to be very organic with this, because I finished this one. It's partly going to be good and scrupulous, and one hell of a gun guy. So, yep, we're getting ready now to enter Megaton. Sure I will. So, yeah, signing off here for now. Next video coming up.